Hello, everyone, and welcome into the back nine coverage of round one of the 2021 Battle for Bedford out here at New London Tech. I'm Hunter, joined by Trevor. Terry asked us to go ahead and do the commentary for this. He's been working so hard getting all this extra coverage out for you guys, and he's when we're recording this, he's currently out at Waco doing some live commentary, and so we figured, why not help him out? I was the TD for the event. Trevor's my assistant TD, and if you've missed the front nine, be sure to go check that out. We're heading into what I am going to call the scoring nine. The back nine out here definitely plays a little bit better, starting off with a 444-foot par 3.
Yeah, right off the bat here, a very easy attackable hole that you want to get the birdies. The only mistake is kind of what Paul just did there, is kind of leaving it short, because it's a little bit deceptive how much you need to push forward before fading. You do have to get back there a bit, and there can also be a bit of wind on this hole.
Yeah, there is a little OB right, long, and left, but none of it is super tight, so you have to mess up pretty bad to get to it.
Nicely
That's perfect.
done. Yep.
Very well thrown.
Yeah, better to swing it extra wide here and not mess around with the woods on the left.
Zach going forehand. I was curious what he was going to do here, because it's not a great lefty backhand hole, but I mean it's a smash of a forehand. We'll see if he has it.
Getting some flex on it. Oh, I like that. Needs to come out though. Bit of the distance.
Boy.
A little bit of a
Good
skip.
check up. I'm guessing that's going to be just outside the circle.
Didn't quite get it to swing around. Not bad though.
Cody looking to get things going on the back nine. Struggled a little bit on the front nine. A few rough holes for him, but this shot looks pretty good.
Yeah, got a nice flip up on that. That was really,
yeah,
really
that's
nice.
how you want to start your back nine right there.
Oh man, thought it was in. Just
I think
off
we
the
all
front.
did.
Yeah.
Dang.
This one will be a little awkward. This is the danger of missing.
That knee does not. That looks very painful.
Yeah. Just missing a little bit left here leaves you with something like this.
Yeah. Very
Low
tricky.
ceiling. You got to really spin it, get the nose up.
Oh.
Just pushed it a little bit left. Not a fan of that putt. Yeah, and Paul will be upset not to get that one. Especially when he's birdied so many tougher holes today.
Great birdie from Cody there. Should have a tap in for Brodie as well. And then Zach should have a little tap out for his par. Heading on to hole 11, which is going to be a par 4. Gonna have like this little placement shot and then a very tight tunnel shot after. So Brodie throwing it, that's a little too straight.
Yeah, you gotta. It's actually the kick's gonna help.
Kick helps
because you actually do want to fall a little bit left because it opens your angle. Because that second shot, the hallway is so tight that if you try and go too directly at the mouth of the gap, you have to be spot on. But if you get a little bit further left, you give yourself a little more room to work with as far as throwing kind of a flex shot. But it is very, very difficult to get in position. That one needs to get left as well.
Yeah, a little too straight.
Yeah, that's going to have him pinched off from there.
Way off the fairway. Went dead straight.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first hole that there's truly no OB to think about.
Yeah, I don't think there's any OB that you can run into, especially as well with the woods being as thick as they are on this hole. It'd be tough to even get too far off the fairway, but I don't believe there is.
That looks pretty great.
That should be, yeah.
We'll have to see what angle that actually gives them to the tunnel, but that...
In theory, that's where you want to land.
Yeah, that looked about as good as you could throw it. I just realized Zach has sunglasses in his hair.
Yeah, I know, they're blending in there. Interesting. You got to go lefty turn over here. You want to keep the disc moving that way.
Yeah.
This looks pretty
Yeah.
good.
That should be fine.
You probably have something to work with from there.
You know, really going lefty like flex shot would allow you. You could
yeah.
bite some off.
You
if
could
you wanted.
try, yeah. Yeah, so from where Cody is, you're just trying to get into the mouth of the gap. Actually, it looks like he did a decent job there.
Laid up a little short, but hopefully he'll have a good angle there. You can see the tunnel we're talking about.
Yeah.
Brodie's got a great angle at it.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
We'll flip up forehand.
Ooh, that looks
That's
nice.
pured.
What a shot.
Wow.
That is really hard to do. That gap is very small, and it's a long gap.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And if you get in those trees, it's so
Yeah.
hard to get out. They're so close together on that tunnel.
It looks like Zach pushed a little further, so he's pinched off a little bit more.
Yeah.
Needs that to turn.
Oh boy.
That is a not fun place to
No.
be.
You can see. You can barely even see through
it's
it.
pretty hopeless in there.
Yeah. Paul looks pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
Should have a little turnover putter.
There's kind of like a 5-foot diameter circle where it kind of pulls around that you can land in for like the typical shot like that where you can just kind of throw down the hallway.
Oh.
Pulled that one over
late
a little
tree.
bit.
Still have a putt.
Yeah, he'll have a look.
Cody needs to get this up and down. Save his par.
That's pulled a little bit as well.
Oh, somewhat friendly. Nope, not a good second
Bumped a little far into there.
kick. Friendly first kick. Not a friendly second kick.
Yeah, this is a daunting one. You almost always throw the disc up and down in some way just to give yourself the best chance of missing on the trees.
Which he's done.
He's done it. Yep.
That's
he's
a putt.
He's out. That's all you can really ask for.
Yeah, it sucks being in there.
It's just find the most light between the trees and throw towards it. Now, this is interesting. He must have a line where he can throw a kind of a putt.
Yeah, I don't think he got in as far as we thought.
Wow.
Oh, wow, what a putt.
Unbelievable. What
I
a
just
par
clapped.
save.
I know. What am I doing? It just evoked emotion out of me.
That
one feels good. You know it does.
That's a very ugly par, but, par all the same there.
There's no pictures on the scorecard, but we are watching a video of it.
Paul, a little bit obstructed. He's electing not to straddle out and instead to try and go up the middle. He's got it framed up a little bit.
He
Yeah.
immediately hated that.
That was high right out of his hand.
I mean, I don't even think that was out of his hand for a millisecond before he was disappointed in it. There we go.
Nice putt there.
That catch makes up for, I forget what happened to him. Oh, the last
Front
hole
cage.
step putt, yeah. So a little bit of a comebacker here. Enough to make him think about it. Not a problem.
Brodie's going to pick up some strokes on everybody.
Yeah, birdie on this hole is great. Cannot ask for much more than that. Brodie is back under par for the first time ever this round. If you're enjoying this coverage, be sure to check out the Disc Golf Guys Patreon. I believe the link will be in the description down below as we head into this par 3, hole 12, OB on the right side. And then you basically want to throw exactly that shot. So why
Yep.
am I even describing it?
That's the idea. Just get it. A lot of people will just try and force it over into that right gap and then just make sure you have a disc that's stable enough to fight back at the end like that.
Yeah, you can try the sneaky left gap straight at it. That's kind of tempting when you're on the tee.
I've only ever tried that on accident.
But yeah, that's more the gap. You let it slip out early and then tell everyone, it's going for the straight shot. Just didn't flip up. That's looking pretty
This
good.
is looking pretty good, yep.
Yeah, you want to go with something like a little
Wow.
more neutral than, say, it's closer than Brodie. A little more neutral than you think, just because this hillside really wants to just pull your disc left.
Yeah, as long as it's starting to move left at the end, it'll make its way to the basket. I'll go in
He's actually going pretty
soft
fast.
driver. Yeah, maybe trying to play the ground a little more. That's getting tight to the basket, though. Oh, it's stuck. That disc always seems to stick.
I'll say, this ground's like Velcro out here. This is one hole that I would actually be happy to have a lefty forehand. Get to look at the gap the whole way, I think.
Yeah, a little less awkward. As a righty, you kind of have to force it over a little bit.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good as
Skip
well.
shot.
Might have ourselves a star frame here.
Yeah, this is the best chance we have at it. There's one. And the other two are formalities, so that should be the first star frame of the day. Those are star frames, very hard to come. He's kicked some dirt on Cody's disc there. Star frames are very hard to come by out here. Rare sight to behold. Heading into a rather tough snaking par 4. First, quick shout out to Double G Jerky. Basically, you got to go into that gap right there. Brodie's a little right side. And then once you get in here, the fairway splits. You have either a right-hand hyzer or straight, slight left to right line on the left side there. But place this shot first, just get as far into the gap as you can.
Yeah,
pretty much.
it's really tough to really pick out a great spot to land from the tee. You kind of just want to make sure you get in there as much as you can. That one came out a little too much cut. That'll be fine. Because as long as you're in the mouth of the gap there, you're probably going to make par at worst.
You've got some type of line. Even if you push too far straight into that like middle cluster of trees, there's so much in there you can scramble out of. Paul's going standstill again. I wonder if it's something with his forehand. It's the second forehand we've seen him go standstill today.
That one's working for him.
They both work just fine.
Yeah, that'll probably give him a look down the tunnel.
Yeah, so he's in that right gap. It's a little bit more of like a backhand hyzer. Cody giving Zach's disc a little luck there. A little extra luck.
Yeah, as a lefty, you could get pretty aggressive here.
Going roller?
Oh, that's fun. Oh, I think he caught an early branch. Man, I really wanted to see that get down.
Yeah, that would have been something. Oh, boy. Where is he at?
He must have hit a very early branch.
I was going to say, that's in front of the tee, isn't it?
Not the worst place he could have landed, honestly, and he will have a chance to scramble from there to get par.
I'm confused how he even got where he was just at.
He may have
boy,
landed on a roller angle on like where the mouth is and rolled down.
Oh, no, that is a flippy disc. What on earth?
Yeah, I'm not even sure how that turned over.
Where are we at here? That was the most confusing shot I've ever watched.
Not bad.
Oh, we got a little step
That's a
putt.
par from there, yeah. Interesting. Cody trying to find a back door. Doesn't look like he was
Caught up
able
a little
to. It's a
early.
lot tighter on that left tunnel. The right tunnel, the one that Paul's looking down. This is where you want to be. This is just kind of a tight tunnel shot, but it goes right to the basket if you can hit it. That needs a turn. That looks good.
Yeah, it looks real good.
Perfect. Right on the pin. That's how you do it.
Yeah. It's almost like he designed this course or something.
Mm. Another roller?
No, I think he's going forehand.
Just the flex.
Yeah.
Ooh, get off that. That'll work.
Yeah, that's just fine. 20, 25 footer maybe.
Yeah, really the only trouble, it's never super hard to save par from anywhere you land off your tee shot on this hole. The only spot that's really bad is like initially right and left, right before the tunnel starts. It can get a little dicey in there, but as long as you're able to get good forward progress on your second shot, the par is no big deal. But birdie on this hole is always difficult.
I feel like we say that about every hole in this course.
The thing about this course is you can never throw, pretty much never. Oh, close scuba run there. You pretty much never throw just one good shot to get birdie on a hole for any of the par fours. That is, like, you have to throw two really exceptional shots, not even just like one good, one great.
Well, even a lot of the par threes, it's asking it's a very demanding shot to actually get to the bucket.
Definitely anytime you see Cody Bradshaw 3 over at this point in the round, it is a very hard course.
especially in Virginia.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Nice putt there from Zach. Good par save.
Yeah.
He essentially had to re-tee on the second shot. Solid par for Brodie there. Tap in birdie, bringing Paul to 5 under. Which I believe is as far under as we've seen him this round.
Yeah.
He was 4 down through 5, then had that rough stretch a little bit. This is a tough par 3. It plays out this gap and then all the way down to an
That's
elevated
looking
basket.
Real great. He needs to settle, though.
Oh,
just
I think it hit the
hit the
base.
base,
I don't know where it
maybe.
ended up. Oh,
Oh.
it ricocheted off the
Yeah,
base.
there you go. That's
You
one
know,
way to do
instead
it.
of drone flyovers, we should just have Paul through every hole.
Yeah.
To kind of show exactly what happens.
Yeah, this one is tough. The initial gap is very, very tight, and you have to get the disc down pretty quick.
Yeah, that's what the hardest part of this hole is. It's like you got to.
That's
Both
looking
of
pretty
these are
good.
looking pretty good. That might be a little high. Yeah, caught some vegetation.
That's gonna be
and
parked as
parked
well. Yeah.
Maybe this hole's easier than we thought.
Yeah, this hole typically is very difficult because once you get out that gap, like that spot that they're fading in at is the only place that you're really getting to the basket. This one's a little more overturned.
This is the mistake you want to make. Though.
Yeah, that's the
Because
miss.
over there you have a look at the basket and very easy up and down. If you have something that hyzers into those left woods,
It can get tricky in there.
nightmare in there.
This is interesting. Gonna play the flex line. Oh, it's fighting out.
Wow.
That's a great shot.
Wow, what a group of drives in general.
Yeah, pretty-
like getting past those 4 trees in the middle of the fairway there, the tough ask, and you normally have at least one person in the left side woods. So all 4 being able to see the basket with relatively straightforward up and downs or putts for birdie, about as good as you can do it. He's giving it a run.
All of Cody's runs have been close, but
They've all been like a little high and
Yeah.
fading out early. This is a scary basket to run because with it being elevated, if
Right.
you have it come by at basket height, it's not going to be close.
and to the back left there's that bamboo that kind of sticks up those like really thin stalks. And if you get in there, you can get like 2 feet in there and have no putt.
Yeah. Oh, he was walking it in again.
Oh,
That's the third one of those today that Zach thought was in out of his hand. Solid par save there from Cody.
yeah, it's gonna be tapping birdies then for Paul and Brodie. Really nice drives.
Yeah. Great birdie to get. Brodie got really close. I don't think I realized just how close that stayed. Tap in par for Zach there. Oh, got to ring the bell. Let everyone know. Done with the hole. Especially when you're on lead card. It's important.
Yeah, you can hear that bell from like a mile away. It is very loud.
It is crucial when you're playing just casually to ring it. But
Yeah.
hole 15, tough par 4. You got to get out this gap, and then it's immediate 90-degree dog leg to the right out in the open.
Yeah, it's a
that
very much a
looks
tougher
great.
gap than that was
Yeah.
made to look.
That's very well done.
Because really, yeah, all you're trying to do is just get out of there, and if you can, it's a lot more straightforward. That's pulled. Yep. That is very tight, super difficult, and then because if you don't get out, your only option is then try and just get out with the second. Really,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do to get closer to the hole or trying to get a birdie.
No, because, I mean, you can kind of see as the camera will pan back when he throws, you can see the like field in the sunlight out there, and that's the fairway. Just all the way, just like that whole sunlight to the right goes all the way up there.
This could be nice here. It looks like
That looks great. Great
That's
shot.
really nice.
Wow.
That's
So
as good as you can do it.
He'll have, from there, it's about 300 or so, I'd say, uphill to the basket.
Going with the
Gotta go with
forehand. You
forehand.
definitely had the option here to go with the backhand, but nice to look at the gap.
Yeah.
It looks like he's done it. This will fade out though, so now he'll have to throw a little further up the hill, but still, just getting out the gap is all you really care about.
That's all you want on the tee. 'Cause you don't want to be here.
Yeah, this shot.
It could be worse. You could be in the woods and back here, but you don't want to be trying to get out on your second shot.
Yeah, this shot is all about just making sure you get yourself back up. Not a fan of that one. That's not what he wanted to do. Oh man, not able to get the woods can be quite a trap if you're not able to escape, and that's why you have to not get super aggressive and just like make your focus. How can I get to the green grass? And there we go, and we're out,
and we're in the sunlight.
Quite a few shots later,
and we're stopped. That's always brutal.
Yeah, still
you're still out.
From here. It's a tough uphill shot, pretty blind. Oh, with roller, maybe? No, just a big turnover.
Interesting shot.
That's tight
choice.
to the line. That'll be okay.
He must have had something cutting off.
I think he was just a little too tight to the woods still.
Yeah. Kind of unfortunate to have this tree right there.
Yeah, and this is a pretty good pump from here because he did fade.
If you see that like back wall of trees, it kind of cuts across on the right side of your screen right now. That's like the back edge of the circle.
Yeah, it's a pretty good rip from where Zach is.
Maybe a little left. Not quite pin high either.
Paul's in great position here. This is looking pretty good. Just needs to fade a little bit. Maybe drop.
Yeah, a little crushed, but I mean that should be inside the circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Tough to get the distance perfect because you can really only see the top of the basket even from where they are.
Need
That's
to
a bit
stable up.
turned over, yeah.
Now be circle's edge. Yeah, right at the edge of the circle.
Oh, wow. Zach ended up,
Pretty
unfortunately,
deep
getting pretty deep in there, yep.
Oh, scared the basket a little bit. Man, I mean, that's a tester coming back. That's enough to make you think. Brodie fortunate to stay kind of on the edge of these woods.
Yeah, long putt here, and the last thing you want to do is run this back and run this too far and then have to take another extra stroke. He just needs to get off this hole at this point.
I don't think he's thinking about that.
Definitely not. Circle's edge for birdie now, for Cody. Oh, such a tough break there. Just
That's
not
frustrating.
needed just a couple more inches of distance.
There we go. That was a confident stroke from Paul. Good birdie there. Bring him to 7 under through 15. It doesn't seem like it, but he's lighting this course up.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. Visible frustration there.
Tough to miss a comebacker after a confident run because that's just going to change the way you look at your runs for the rest of the round.
Triple bogey for Brodie there.
Yeah, there.
Back to even, just like that.
That's a frustrating one. Finally start to gain some ground, and then it can.
That's the thing about this course. You just can't lose focus on any holes.
Nope.
Because like this hole, like
it's not super difficult. If you,
No.
I mean, if you make it out of the woods, it's
you're gonna
pretty
par
easy.
it,
Yeah.
but it's just the second you lose some focus. It can change things up real quick. This is a pretty long par 3, 435 feet. Plays
tell
the
you
best
what.
to like a flex forehand.
Yeah, if you can get a
Also in
standstill here, this would be crazy. Ooh.
There must have been something going on. This tournament was back in September. Must have been something going on where he was not confident running up.
Yeah.
Forehand wise.
That one wasn't too bad. He flexed it over a little bit too much and it got held up. You really don't have a ton of or a ton of room to work with here. You kind of have to just follow the path perfectly. That one? Oh, just a little bit too much flex as well. Not a great kick either.
No. It at least kept going forward with the kick, but
It's really a random draw when you do get kicked left or right based on what you're going to have to get up and down.
yeah.
It can be tricky, though.
I do think the mistake on here with the forehand is going a little too stable because the right woods seem to be a little bit more forgiving. And whenever you're hyzering into those right woods, I've always found that I end up closer to the basket than if I turn something over and go in the left woods. But not a very forgiving hole in general.
Just need to just turn. Oh,
Same tree as Cody.
yeah.
Opposite kick, though, into the right woods. I mean, very fortunate kick, all things considered. Because that hit very early.
A decent roll, too, yeah.
And ended
That
up where
could've
he
been a lot
should.
worse.
Yeah, he should be able to kind of get up and down for par. He could have been just 100 feet off the tee in the right woods. Little roller action. Okay,
Pretty good to get out of there.
nothing wrong with that.
Find the basket.
It was in that shot
Yeah.
somewhere. Oh, Paul got a pretty much dead straight look at it somehow. Little flex shot.
Nice play. You can see where Zach is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, another theme on this course is, like, even a hole like this where a lot of players want the birdie, the second you're off the fairway, it very quickly becomes like, I have a tough scramble I need to make happen for par. There's rarely a time where you throw your tee shot, it doesn't go as planned, and you're like, well, at least it's just jump putt for par.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be difficult no matter what. Cody got pretty far up there.
Yeah, a little jump
Ended
putt
having a
up.
jump putt, yep.
Brodie's got a tricky line here.
Long look for par.
Not what you want.
Mm. Boom.
There we go. Zach's putt's almost like playing peekaboo with the basket.
Yeah.
He puts the disc up there, and it's like,
it
whoop,
is very
peekaboo.
unique, but he throws a great putt.
No, yeah. It can be deadly when it's on.
Pretty long comebacker here for Brodie.
Yeah,
That took a
not-
pretty nasty skip off that band. No problem.
Yeah, very good putt there. Solid par for Cody. This hole, when you're on the tee, seems like one, and shout out to the Patreon disc golf guy, seems like one that you want to get the birdie of, but you never do. Hole 17, another one of those just infamously hard holes.
Yeah, this hole never seems to end.
So it's a par 4. You want to be throwing basically where the camera guy's standing right there. That's the perfect landing zone. And then it's a 90-degree dog leg to the right that kind of snakes back to the left at the very end. On the tee sign, it looks like it's a dead straight hole. No.
Yeah,
It's
it's incredibly improbable to birdie this hole. Par is a huge success because it's just like, let's get as far down the tunnel, which this is pretty good.
Wow.
That's great. And actually
shot.
finishing left can be good too because it does kind of point you in
It will
direction.
sometimes open up that hyzer. Yeah, where that next card was standing in that middle there, that's the gap.
There is still so much distance left.
Oh, yeah.
That I've always thought that
It
713 feet it's more like 850.
It takes two literally perfect shots.
Yeah.
This is looking good from Zach, too.
It's just like the difficulty, or it plays like the length of hole 2, except now it's tight woods instead of having that grass fairway. Ooh, that's early left.
Looked like it kicked
Beautiful
left, too.
tree.
In the background there, it looked like it kicked farther left.
Yeah, that's not good.
Missing early on this hole, I mean, that can spell disaster.
This hole, well, an early miss, this is another one that very quickly becomes a forward progress hole where it's like, okay, let's just see how far I can advance my disc to make sure my number isn't too big.
Brodie's been having a lot of those just like forehands that just go straight up in the air.
Yeah, the nose angle is just not really being controlled well. All going for trying to get around the corner.
Did he do it?
Seems like he got up there a ways.
I mean, that if nothing else, that was a lot of forward progress, like
Yeah.
you were saying. That's at least kind of up into those farther right woods where
Right.
you can sometimes scramble, find a way to the basket.
Looks like Brodie's got a similar idea. Try to tuck it up
I mean,
and around.
that shot works. It's just it's such a tight line. So yeah, he swung it too
kicked
wide.
out.
Hit the big gap first, dude. Come on.
Finished somewhere left. Cody's going forehand here. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, I guess the highs were just a little too pinched. Kind of trying to work it around. That's
Looking
not bad.
pretty good.
Hit the line initially. It's going to fade early.
Yeah.
But I
be on
think
that
he'll
right
have an
side.
easy par. Get up and down.
Yeah, it doesn't
from
look like he went
there.
too far into it either.
That's actually really good.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's actually a putt.
that's just really as close as you typically see people get after 2 shots on this hole.
Yeah, and sometimes if you have a backhand high, you can throw like a little flip up and skip into the circle, but that is
We'll see if
asking a
Zach
lot.
can make something out of this though. He might have some kind of look.
He's been going to this disc a lot, this tie-dye one.
Taking that left hallway with a turning forehand. I think he kicked.
That was one I was aiming at.
It's a really, really tight line. I don't think he pulled that around as tight as he
Yeah.
wanted to.
So this is where Paul ended up on his second.
Not bad.
Not too bad. Is going to have a pretty tight gap. And maybe 250 or so.
Yeah, he's got like a flippy mid-range there. I'm just trying to get it through the gap soft and get some distance without having to put too much power on it.
He snapped that pretty hard.
He did go after it.
Maybe it was farther away than we thought.
That's pretty good from there.
That's
Yeah.
up in there. Having a chance for par after how kind of early he hit. You're happy with that?
Already really hoping to get up and down from here now, but he still has lots of work to do.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's the type of mistake you cannot afford to make in these woods. Really in any woods, but specifically these woods. Another roller.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh, great
Oh,
tree.
wow.
Great tree.
That's X Games.
It's always satisfying when you ask for the tree with the roller and you actually get it because it seems like you never do.
Yeah. Some rollers hit a tree immediately and other ones you're crying for a tree and they just go forever.
Yeah. Brodie, this might break the record for most like Annie forehand shots in a round. Had to throw so many. And it is so common on this course.
Layup from Cody.
Simple par.
It's just that easy. I don't
Yeah.
know what all these other guys are doing.
I say that's a real nice clean par for him. Try doing that for 4 rounds in a row or whatever. Nice
There
putt.
we go.
Nice putt. Double bogey. It can get a lot worse on that hole. It
Yeah.
really can. Not the end of the world. He's definitely going to be kicking himself with the kind of wasted shot, though. Paul with a pretty tricky look to save par here. Yeah, it looked like he had to put that on a lot of hyzer and knife it into the basket. Couldn't get it to go.
No.
Oh, man.
That's tough. He's got to commit and get that through the basket there. I say that like it's so easy. I do the same thing all the time. Bogey for Paul. Cody coming in, tap out.
Cody's done a really good job to hang on after losing a lot of strokes to the card earlier.
Yeah, I feel like he got to 3 over par early in the round and just been able to stay there.
He's hung around there, waving to all the fans. This hole 18, it's a beast.
Yeah, so hole 18 is a par 4, 872 feet. You got to get far on this drive because if not, you won't really have too much. Realistically, if you can get past that wall of trees somehow, that'd be great. But Cody throws far, and I mean, he's probably 100 feet short of the wall of trees right now.
Yeah, you have to throw a pretty insane shot, and you want to at the very least, you have to land on the path if you're not going to get past the trees, if you want to have a second shot attempt at it. But really, yeah, you have to try and get
That
all the way
looks
around.
like a good line.
I don't know if he turned it
Don't know if
enough.
it's, I don't think it's quite going to be there. Yep, that's in those trees.
Yep.
And that's what sucks.
It is such a difficult
Because now, I
shot.
mean, that just makes it where birdie's out of the question for Paul.
Right. And most drives where they'll end up landing because it is so hard to get past the trees or just become like automatic
When
pars.
Zach does that spin, I never know if he loves it or hates it.
Didn't like that.
I'm going to say it's hate. Now I know going forward. Zach spin, hates the shot.
Pretty going with that nuke. Looking for it to turn over, but
That thing must be so flippy.
yeah, it always looks like it's never going to get out of it. Ooh.
Oh, sneaks through. Field
Snuck
goal.
through there. Yeah, okay. That works.
So now Brodie will have
Chance.
a somewhat of a chance.
It's still very far.
Yes.
Get out of there. It'll probably
It's
have
okay.
Yeah, that should be okay. For a lot of these guys, the second shot is just like, let's decide how aggressive I want to get. Just basically for my upshot to get par. Because Cody put a good move on that, but he's still going to be pretty
Still
short.
going to have like 100 foot up. Yeah, this is where Paul.
Ooh. Going to try and play the
No,
roller?
Don't even think about it.
Yeah, I think this is just going to be play the flippy standstill and just kind of throw an S shot.
Yeah, just get something out there, lay up, take your par, walk away. Snapped it over
That
a
looked
bit
really
too
cool.
much. Cut rolling.
That'll be fine.
That's all right. A little forehand up from there, most likely.
All right, let's see if Brodie's got a chance here. That's a really big drive.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
that's
you
gonna
did
be
not
left.
like that.
You have to get the disc to get to flat at some point on the approach because the hillside will just take everything left. You start it with hyzer, it's pretty much doomed.
All right, Zach has at least got decent footing here. I thought it was going to be a little worse.
Yeah, and he's able to throw the backhand from here, which will help him with the green angle. There's that spin again. That's okay. That's kind of the leave.
Yeah, it's
A little bit further than
40-ish
you'd like.
feet.
Paul opting to kind of spike it in. Really nice.
Great shot. Stress-free par to finish his round at 6 under. Interested to see the leaderboard after this. Because I mean, getting under par here is just so hard to do.
Yeah, not many will. Little run from Brodie.
Ooh. Shout out to Bedford Parks and Rec getting these bleachers brought in.
Yeah.
Made for a fun fan experience. Place players could hang out after the round too. Watch cards come in. Oh, that would have been such a good way to
no.
end it, but now you get this nasty roll
Oh
away.
my goodness. Didn't even roll down the hill, just kind of went
No,
straight.
just sideways. Now you're back at right outside the circle again. Going with a different putter this time. He put that one in timeout. There we go. It's weird because you would think that would like feel good to end the round with long putt, but it's like that was for bogey when you could have just hit that the first time for par. Zach will probably be disappointed with that 4 over par, but I would imagine it's going to keep him somewhat in the mix because playing 3 rounds out here, I mean, if you're able to just have like 1 round even or close to under par, then that 4 over gets erased real quick.
Yeah.
Brodie tapping in a par. 3 over. Cody did the same, and then we got Paul tapping out for his 6 under opening round for the Battle for Bedford. Should have a quick shout out to Double G. Hopefully a little leaderboard pop up here. Yeah, you see Luke Sampson 2 under, Justin Rozak 2 under, and Gavin Babcock at 1 under. We'll round out the lead card for round 2, which we'll be right back for here in a bit.